Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good day, Gord, you're hurting hippie. How y'all doing? Happy Tuesday, and welcome to the moon, Alice, to the moon. What the hell does a hippie mean by that? Well, we'll get right to that, but first, +4. +4 with the sun just shining bright. Yesterday, it only went to +7 and barely, and it was rainy and misty and wow, this old man hurt. But we'll get back to that. First, let's just talk to Gordy yesterday. It's only a brief one, and I'll be right back. Hello, friends, and welcome to my day on Monday. It is past noon, and I've gone for a walk. It's +7 degrees. It's going to be kind of cold and clammy all day. And I don't know, I told y'all that I felt great this morning, and yet here I am with an absolutely horrible migraine yet again. So, appointment with the doctor Wednesday morning, and we'll try again to see what's wrong with the old noggin, the old birch noggin, knock on wood. So, we'll put you back to Gordy on Tuesday, but thanks for spending some time with me, and peace and cheers. Love and harmony. You know, I'm a little afraid to tell you that I feel a little better again this morning. The last 3 or 4 days, I've woken up okay, and my sleeps, although troubled, as they always have been, they're okay too. And I just don't get what's going on. It's so very likely I looked at the x-ray, and this tooth is so close to the nerve of the jaw that it must be touching it. And that's why it's affecting so much around that area. Now the question is, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and the question to my doctor is this: do I just take the chance and have that tooth pulled and hopefully get over this? And even if that's the case, is there a way to get past this headache while I wait for it to be a little bit safer to go get a mouth operation? You know what I mean? But this is not why I'm here today. Folks, we've had enough talk about the down. You know, there are things that excite me, and that's what this channel's all about, is let's all share what excites us. And to the moon, Alice, well, I tell you, that excites me. I had a talk with Pasha yesterday after watching a whole bunch of YouTube videos about SpaceX, about Blue Origin, about NASA, the moon, the Starship base, all those kind of things. And I have to say, I'm excited. You know, when I was a young boy, Apollo excited the hell out of me. I even thought, you know what, I would so love to have been able to be a part of it, but the entire space world fizzled down in my teens. And and not that I had a choice, but I went on to do other things. But what an exciting time for our young people now. Yes, we're going to get past this current situation. So excitement about the future is beautiful. And the excitement about mankind's future is unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm getting caught up in it. I really, really am. You know, of course, it might help that I went and got myself one of these yesterday. 5-point cannabis, shout out. Beautiful, beautiful pipe. A nice long pipe, cools the smoke down before it hits you. That's the kind of pipe I like. I'm not a bong person. Anyways, this is more on other things like, look at that. there's my boy doing his homework. And to be honest, to me, that is the future of education. Kids spending 2 or 3 hours a day on pre-designed exercises that test their mind and test their abilities. And in the new world, after that, you've got hours and hours to arrange meetings of the kids to have fun together and still socialize. But the learning, we have the stuff at home. It's just a thought. But while I'm thinking about this new world of space travel, the U.S. Space Force being a real thing instead of something that we make fun of in the 80s, going to the moon, mining the moon, living in space in a starship. And I even checked Elon Musk, and believe me, I trust this man. He's done everything he said he'd ever do. He plans that at peak times, when we've got things going to Mars, when we've got things going to the moon, and supplying a station out orbiting the Earth, he will have 300 of his starships. And look at that starship. That's a beautiful thing. 300. He expects that his spaceport will launch 3 times a day. Always, consistently. Because you'll have ones coming back, needing refurbished. They're all reusable. You know, it's a new world. And if you look it up, the ideas for the space station, for people living out there almost on a permanent basis, and the ideas that they have for a circular rotating station to create some gravity so that people can spend longer and not get as hurt. It's really interesting. It's really got my mind going. I told Pasha, we sat down yesterday and watched one of Elon Musk's, SpaceX's videos about what they expect the future to be like. And Pasha and I sat and talked, and I told him, I remember us as a family watching the launches and being so excited for the future of mankind. And then to have it fizzle out was really disappointing. And he said him and his friends talk about it, that it's exciting. But think about it for our kids' sakes. They're already asking, on most of these videos, if you wait till the end, they're asking if you're interested in working in space. New, very high-end jobs of skills that you don't already possess. So it doesn't matter who applies. If you can be accepted, you can be trained, and you can have a job in space. This is not something willy-nilly and thought of in the future. This is happening right now, and it's exciting, and I enjoy it. If I weren't so old and broken, I would sign up in a heartbeat to work in space. I know a few of you might say, that it's probably going to be dangerous out there, especially the first few groups of people that have to work out there. There's going to be mistakes. And yeah, I really don't want to be one of those first, but I also know I won't be any of them. And by the time Pasha's old enough, this is going to be a regular thing. It will be. In fact, space tourism is another thing that is becoming a reality, where people, for fun, a lot of money, but for fun, will travel into space, either low Earth orbit or actually moon trips and stuff like that. It's coming. The day of the Jetsons is here. Oh, I just enjoy thinking about things like that. And, I took a real heavy duty Advil to try and play down this headache today, because I don't see the doctor till tomorrow. And now, yeah, you know what time it is. I only have a couple today. In 2008, scientists in Japan discovered a new species of bacteria that live in hairspray. It's called Microbacterium hatanosis, named after Hatanoi or something. Hatano, the scientists that discovered it. I tried to find out what's that bacteria mean. What's it mean? Because if it lives inside a hairspray, you're spraying it on your hair. But I can't find anything that says that they have found out what it does yet. But 2008, that's a fair long time ago. And, friends, yeah, the Eiffel Tower, look at the Eiffel Tower, actually leans. Especially on a hot day, it leans away from the sun. Oh, got a little birdie right near me. It leans away from the sun because it's made of metal. The sun heats it up and expands it on the side facing the sun, and so that side moves away from the sun 7 inches on a hot day. That is neat. I had no idea, but it makes a lot of sense. That huge a structure, and metal does expand. Very tiny bit, but there's a lot of metal on that building. Friends, I gotta get back in to my young son, who's starting school in about a half hour, and I'll start editing this, and I hope you find yourself happy, healthy, and ready to rip her. Yeah, I'm a little stuck in the head. So peace and cheers, love and harmony. Catch you on the other side.